Hello, welcome back to the Mr. Arsenal podcast for another match day watch along. It's match day 3 for the Europa League, but it's match day 2 technically for Arsenal because obviously our second game was postponed because of the circumstances we found ourselves in with the monarchy passing away at the time. And our first home game in the Europa League for over a year now. And as you see, I'm joined by Andrew. How are you doing, Andrew? Are you looking forward to tonight's game?
Yeah, looking forward to it, mate. That's for sure. Pretty good, strong team that we've got out. I mean, we only kept the three starters from the North London derby, obviously.
Yeah.
But I'm quite pleased in a way that it hasn't taken everything too lightly. So it's looking good. I mean, I'm just finishing watching the Man United game at the moment.
Yeah, I'm doing that as well. They're hanging on.
I know they're hanging on now. Yeah, exactly.
Game? How is this a close game?
I know. It's crazy, isn't it?
Oh,
but I'm just rooting for. I mean, I'll just put on Twitter and everything. Can Neil Lennon only manage teams with green and white hoops? They look exactly the same as Celtic,
the same way as well, like the pattern going across. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh dear, but no.
But I'm just hoping that they can find another goal before the end.
If it weren't for Rashford, they wouldn't have got anything tonight by the looks of it. But it is what it is. Got 4 minutes to
oh my God, that should have been 4.
Oh God,
that was dreadful.
But yeah, going back to our game, obviously we're just under halfway away from kickoff at the Emirates. As I said, the first game at the Emirates in the Europa League since April 21, wasn't it? 21? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it was. It's been that long. It feels like fucking forever. But
yeah, I know.
And as Andrew said, there's been a wholesale changes to the team in terms of Matt Turner's in place for Rams. So Ramsdale's got the night off completely, so he's fully rested for Sunday. Matt Turner's making his home debut as well, in front of an Emirates crowd in Europe as well. Tomiyasu's back at right back, and Ben Watt's on the bench, holding instead of Saliba, and Saliba's on the bench. Gabriel, who I thought would play out of the two, him on Saliba, playing. Tierney's back at left back, and Zinchenko's got the night off. What it looks like, we don't know if it's an injury or it's just precaution, it's whatever. You got Sambi the Congo alongside Granit Xhaka. So I said it earlier in the week on a podcast that basically out of the two, Xhaka or Partey, I'd rather rest Partey if we're going to rest anyone in the pivot because he's just come back from apparently an international duty. Marquinhos has taken over Saka's place, and obviously first time out for Marquinhos, he got a goal and assist in his debut, so can't be that bad, can he? And he got Fabio Vieira, Martinelli, and Eddie Nketiah leading the line.
Well, who's on the bench? I haven't seen the bench actually yet.
On the bench, you've got Carl Hine.
Can't see that small.
Ben White, Cedric Saliba, Thomas Partey, Surgeon, Matt Smith, aka the Doctor, Saka, Reece Nelson, Odegaard, and Jesus.
Okay, so Partey's not even on the bench, which is quite good.
He's on the bench, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I didn't hear you say Partey.
Yeah, Carl Hine, Ben White, Cedric, Saliba, Partey, and Saka, Nelson, Odegaard, Jesus, Matt Smith, Doctor, and one of the other kids, Surgeon. He's on the bench.
Surgeon? Oh, Kathleen Surgeon.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
Oh, that's good. I'm pleased for him. He's a good prospect. He was injured from near enough the whole of last season. Very serious injury, so it's great to have him back. Kathleen Surgeon. He's very good. Really, really exciting number 10, to be honest.
Yeah. Colin Assassin, who's a Man United fan, and he's in the chat, says, "Good evening, Ryan and Andrew. At least you lot will probably have a better night than us. Still can't believe it because he did 2 goals to a team that he never knew existed until they were in the same group."
Oh, well, they've been around Europe for a long time, Ammonia and Nicosia. Since I was young, I've known about them. But they're hardly one of the top sides in Europe, that's for sure.
Gary's saying if a Premier League allows a goal to Ronaldo, hopefully it's not us unless we are up 6 with 5 minutes gone. We don't have to worry about that until January in terms of Ronaldo.
He can't hit a barn door with a banjo at the moment. He just missed another one from about 6 yards out.
Again, as I say, they're playing the lowest ranked team in their group, and that's it's away, but still they're struggling. They've held up by the skin of the team, and he's missed sitters tonight as well. He has missed a lot of sitters in the second half.
He's missed at least 2 that I've seen, and I haven't watched the whole game.
Side.
From about 6 yards out.
Guy is saying, hopefully we don't need to use the strong parts of our bench. Let our starters rest, please. Yeah, exactly. I think that's the idea that they're there as a precaution, just in case.
Yeah, exactly.
Pick up Vidri. But yeah, I'm happy. In terms of going back to our team again, some of them I expected. I didn't expect so many, to be honest, but I'm happy with the team. We should win. Being an operative word. But yeah.
I'm really actually going to look forward to actually seeing how good this team are, Bodø Glimt, because obviously, I've been going on about it for a while, haven't I? So quite wary of them because of the result they've had in the past. I mean, hopefully we'll dispatch them without too much sweat and tears. But I am actually looking forward to seeing them in, live, because I've never actually seen a full game of them play before. So they can't be a fluke, the amount of good results they've had in Europe over the last few seasons. There must be a really good side. So I'm quite looking forward to seeing how we cope with them, really, and how they cope with us.
Yeah, exactly. Plus, I think again, the fact that we're at home tonight, not going off, it should go in our favour in terms of how we played tonight. But it's just, I think it again comes out. We keep saying it every time, down to the attitude of the players. As long as they don't cross that white line as they're coming out, thinking they've already won the game, we should be okay. They've got to be professional and treat them with utmost respect, like you do any team.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm a bit surprised that Nelson's not starting, considering everyone seemed to think that he was going to start. I'd hope that for his sake, he gets he's allowed to get a good half. Maybe the second half, or at least the last half hour if we've got a decent lead. But it does show you that Mikel Arteta isn't taking things too lightly with this team. No. Bodø Glimt, so he has started Martinelli. But if things go to plan and we can get a decent half-time lead, then hopefully Reiss Nelson will get a run out in the second half, because he was very, very complimentary about him, wasn't he? Mikel Arteta in the pre-match press conference. Still loves the player. It'd be interesting, because obviously he's only got this season left on his contract, so it's going to take a turnaround of epic Eddie Nketiah level proportions for him to get a new contract and stay on at Arsenal, I think. Yeah. And in lots of ways, I really hope that's the case, because it means that he will work hard, get in the team, do his best he can, and obviously score a few goals for us. So we're only going to benefit if that happens, obviously. So, I hope for the best for him, really. I mean, even if he doesn't sign a new contract with us, he still needs to get in the team and do well in order to get a good move at the end of the season.
Yeah. I mean, like I say, because of how Arteta was, in terms of Reiss Nelson, how Arteta was, as you say, praising him in the press conference, everyone would have to believe that he was going to start tonight. Like you say, I hope he does get a run out tonight and gets a good, decent amount of minutes behind him, not just a few minutes here and there. And just
definitely.
What he last year of his, was he in the last year of his contract, or was it a year after?
Yes. No, you think this is the last year?
Because he
had another. He had an extension. Yeah, before he went on loan last season.
Yeah, that's it. So I mean, it's the balls in his court as well to prove himself, and as you say, he would get himself a new contract at the club, or a potential buy to catch their eye, basically, on the summer. Be a shame though, because he's one of our academy prospects, and he did have a very high reputation coming through. And,
yeah, definitely.
But really,
he's still only 22 years old.
Yeah, 22. Yeah, exactly. It seems like he's been around forever because he broke through so young, as well. I think when he came up from the loan spell from what was it Hoffenheim, he went to in Germany.
Yeah.
So I'd love to see at the club at the time. First half of the season was getting raved up week in week out, and then come the second half of the season he got injured, and when he got back from injury, apparently the manager at the time, his attitude was getting called into question, and that's sort of been a reoccurring thing that he's about his attitude and all that. Apparently, he's got better briefly, but not all that. Hence why he got sent out last year to Feyenoord.
I think the Feyenoord alone really did well for him.
Yeah, it took him a while. Yeah, and I think that the loan to Feyenoord and the humbling he got in terms of his attitude has benefited not just him but the club in general, because now he's back with us, and we can now fairly assess him on his ability and his attitude and see if he believes he can fight his way into this team and give Saka and Marquinhos that competition that they will need to keep them on their toes, respectively.
Yeah, definitely. I think he had that really good interview whilst he was out in Feyenoord. And he admitted himself he got a lot of things wrong with his attitude, with his diet, with his professionalism and everything. And I think by all accounts, from the manager that he had at Feyenoord and since he's come back, he's grown up an awful lot over the last 12 to 18 months. So, yeah, fingers crossed for him. I do like him a lot. I've never hidden that. I've always said I liked him a lot. Hope he can work out, because it will be a real good story if he can, like I say, do an Eddie Nketiah, if you like, and somehow break through this season and earn himself a new contract. But if he doesn't, I really hope he gets a good club to go to, because he's good enough, that's for sure. He's definitely a good enough player.
Yeah, definitely 100%. It's at the time, as I say, I think that he's referring back to his interview when he was at Feyenoord. As you say, he actually held his hand up. So that's what I was referring to before. That the loan to Feyenoord and the humbling he got in the first half of that loan spell from the Feyenoord manager and their fans and the media sort of gave him the kick up the backside he needed. And he actually, as you say, came out in that interview, held his hands up, said, "I've got things wrong, X, Y, and Z, my professionalism, my attitude in general, my diet." And mate, his diet, going by what he said, his diet was not of an athlete's diet, so he's
no, probably Nando's most nights.
Too many Nando's and too many takeaways in general. It was a bit concerning here, but at least he held his hand up and said, "No, I've done things wrong. I'm learning," and he's learning it. And that's what we said. What was it? Final in the Europa League, the conference final last season. We covered that final. We were talking about Reece Nelson most of that game, and we said, look, for him to come back, because it wasn't a guarantee he was coming back at Arsenal in terms of if we're going to sell him or not. But for him to come back, he needs to now continue the way he has done in the last half of this season at Feyenoord, where he's not getting rave reviews from over there. And sort of kick on and prove himself.
Mikel Arteta interview. Hang on a second.
Certain players have more load than other players. Some players that are just knocking my door because they want to play, because they deserve to play, and today is a really good opportunity to see that.
I mean, talking about appetite, it's been a month since some of these players would have got the amount of minutes that they're going to get tonight. As you said, they're knocking on the door, but how hungry are they to wear the shirt and to force their way into your plans for the Premier League starting 11?
That's what they show me every single day, and their willingness to get the team better, to help in the role that they have to play on the day, and to have the opportunity to play, to start the game, and contribute to the team to perform at the highest level and win again.
The Bodø manager, Kjetil Knutsen, gave quite a lot of detail around the way that he thinks you're going to play, or you do play generally. What were your observations on that, and what do you expect from your opponents tonight?
Well, that every opponent, every manager always looks like we do. Their strengths, their weaknesses, how they play, what they try to do, and try to nullify that. And try to expose the weaknesses of the opponent. That's nothing new.
How much are you enjoying the atmosphere at the Emirates today? Or generally at the moment?
It's great. It's been a while without an European night, and to really have the opportunity to experience it. It's been brilliant to play under those fans, and I'm expecting the same again today.
Good luck today.
Thank you.
He must be liking what he's seeing. Joe Cole is still with us. Martin Keown.
Stupid question that was. What do you feel about the Bodø Glimt manager saying that he's watched you and he thinks he knows how you're going to play? Well, that's really unusual, isn't it? But the opposition scout you and find out the way you play. What a stupid question.
I've gone, really? I thought he'd come into this completely unprepared and we don't know what we thought of him.
Exactly. Oh, God.
Oh, but yeah, okay, I did say earlier on, PSV won 5-1 this evening, but that doesn't matter because as long as we win, we top the group on 6 points. No,
yeah,
we've got PSV anyway.
I think we go 2 points clear if we win this, don't we?
Yeah.
I think
if we win tonight, yeah. Viddy is asking for predictions in the chat, by the way. So everyone else in the chat take part. Give your predictions in the chat. But me and Andrew will have a nice little think about it. As the teams come out, we'll give our predictions as the team comes out.
Well, I think we're going to win 3-0.
I'm going to go home crowd. First home game, as I say, in over a year in Europe. Martinelli, Kyrgios, Eddie. Eddie wants to prove a point as well because obviously, even though he knows his thing, he's back up to Jesus in that sense. On Premier League match days, he wants to show that when called upon, if Jesus was to get injured or suspended, he can be relied on. I'm going to go for 4-0. Eddie plays Martinelli and another basically, maybe Xhaka. Nemeth is saying he loves your hoodie, by the way.
Oh, thank you, Nemeth. Yeah, I love it as well.
Let's go for chat. You got Stefan saying going from a United stream to a Gooners channel. But hey, at Arsenal, we don't get meltdowns anymore, so...
You finally found your way to a good one then, Stefan.
Yeah, the long way. Got BX says, good afternoon, evening, everyone. Thank you. Come on, you Gunners. As well.
I mean, I've said this before about Saka, but I think from what I've seen, very little of what I've seen so far of Marquinhos and his build, even his face, he really reminds me of David Rocastle, my favourite ever player. Even in his features, he looks a bit like him.
There you say it, yeah.
His eyes, there's something about his eyes.
The eyes, I was about to say the eyes itself. But we've seen today Arsenal, Ian Wright, have launched a new pair of an Adidas new pair of trainers, which on the towns for the trainers.
Yes, I nearly bought some, but right at the last minute I stopped myself because it's just something an extravagance I can't allow myself right at this moment in time. But with some expensive things coming up. But I wish I had, because they're the sort of things you can just instantly sell on for about 300 or 400 quid. But it's on a roke Adidas, weren't they? And I grew up just about less than 2 miles away from there as well. So I was very local. My school was next to there, was right next to the Honor Oak. And it would have been something a bit I wish I bought them now, to be honest with you, thinking about it. But they look good. Yeah. It's right from my old stomping ground.
You've got Mr. Bungle in the chat as well. But no, what I liked about it as well was, as I say, in the tongues, he's got one has got Ian Wright, and everyone has David Rocastle as their African roots, like Jamaican and whatever, Trinidad flags as well. But also, Ian Wright's debut were the first time they shared a pitch, basically, at the same time. Like the date. I feel like that's a nice touch as well. And again, Adidas know what they're doing. I don't care what anyone says. They know what they're doing. They want to touch tug at the Arsenal heartstrings.
It's just brilliant that we've re-signed with them for 8 more years.
Yeah,
It's great.
2030 now. Yeah,
I'm really chuffed with that, and we're going to get a lot of money out of it.
yeah. Just seeing Kang the Conqueror on TV now. There's some advert. If you know, you know. If you're not into Marvel, you ain't got a clue what I'm on about.
No, I do. I love Marvel. But who did you say? Sorry.
Kang, the guy that was on that advert.
Oh, right. Yes.
For the coffee one. He's took up the role of Kang the Conqueror, the latest villain. He was in. No, it was in. What was it? A variant of Kang. Well, because of the way they're doing it, MCU. A variant of Kang was in Loki season 1, the last 2 episodes, like the last episode. Proper Kang is going to be in Ant-Man 3, apparently.
Okay.
But it's played by the same guy now. But obviously, yeah, part of their multiversal.
Multiverse.
Yeah. Era, basically. Oh dear. Never says, I love Adidas clothing, but their trainers are not as comfortable. It is what it depends on what your my feet.
Yeah.
They are.
I never had a problem with that. Must admit. Yeah, you
depends what sort of trainers you get as well. Because nowadays it's not just a pair of trainers; it's literally what gym wear, running wear. This like there's variants of literally any sort of different trainers suiting to what your everyday needs. So yeah, there's that as well. Richie in the chat says Gary Rundy's UK trip are going to Leeds of all places.
Yeah, what was that all about? Why did you go to Leeds, Gary? Have you got family there or something? Or maybe you can put a note in the chat and let us know. It's interesting. I can used to like you've got family there.
Yeah, Stefan's saying I used to like Adidas when he was a kid. I think it looked tacky as fuck, to be honest.
I don't get that, Stefan.
I think it means like their template stuff, like the templates, like their training gear and all that. Because Arsenal's fucking football shirts have been on point since they've took over.
Oh yeah, definitely. I can't knock it at all.
Yeah.
Ever since I've taken back over, I think there's not that many that I've not loved. To be honest,
Gary's getting a lot of hate, a lot of non-love in the chat. Why would you go to Leeds?
Leeds is a good night out, I must admit. I've had a couple of good nights out in Leeds. But like I could say, I can only assume you've got family there, Gary, have you?
Not quite. I think if it's a dull 0-0 to the 90th minute, then it might turn into that.
Well, they're just about to come out.
Yeah, just seeing on my screen now. You must be about 15 seconds ahead of me. But yeah, teams in the tunnel on my screen. Come on, you Gunners. Come on. Home crowd as well. Vidi's saying, Adidas and Arsenal really are a match made in heaven. No, it's worked perfectly. And let's be honest, it couldn't be worse than what the Puma deal. Let's be honest. I
did buy a single Puma top myself.
The designs are horrible from day one for all their kits, really, but design-wise. And they looked cheap. They felt cheap when you look at them in person. And again, I'm a men's large, and all my Nike large shirts fit me. They're loose, like a glove, basically. I keep saying this every time I bring this up, but Puma, that's just fits you.
Well, they were made like that, weren't they? They were made to be skin tight.
Yeah. Even the players didn't like them either.
No, because apparently it's supposed to be it's not as easy to grab the shirt and pull you back. Yeah. But just looked stupid.
Got good turnout for the away fans, though. It's seen in far corner in the away quadrant. Pretty much full there. It's fair play there. I wonder who Sam's been.
A lot of Arsenal fans, though. Norway and Sweden.
I was about to say, I wonder who Sam's going to be supporting tonight. Sam Greenwood. Is he an Arsenal, or is he going to be supporting these? Saves me time.
Well, I'll unfriend him if he's not supporting Arsenal. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the kits are up. There's a reason why we didn't renew the contract.
Why do they do that? The people that do these formations haven't got fucking. They obviously don't watch Arsenal. It's just absolutely ridiculous. Tomiyasu, Holding, and Gabriel's a back three. Marquinhos as a right winger, right on the right side of midfield.
Yeah, I was about to say, so for anyone that doesn't know, is not watching it on BT Sport, respectively, BT have put us in a 5 at the back formation with Tierney and Marquinhos as wing backs, which is beyond bizarre.
I know, like I said, the people that obviously do those graphics don't watch Arsenal at all.
And I wouldn't mind. They've had over an hour since the night was announced to get the graphic spot on.
An hour and a half.
Yeah.
They're announced at 6:30. Oh, Xhaka captain for the night as well.
Yeah.
And no one's going to moan anymore.
Yay! Until it gets sent off at one point. And back to reality again.
I bet the commentator's not going to look forward to the right back of Bodø Glimt getting the ball very often.
Oh, bloody hell, yeah, I've seen you. Jesus.
Wembangomo. That'll take a bit of practice.
I'm sure we'll pick it up.
From practicing in his hotel room overnight.
I'm so happy European football is back at the Emirates again. I would have rather Champions League, but for the sake of an extra season, fuck it.
Let's try and go and win this competition.
Yeah.
It'd be fantastic. Minute of silence. That dreadful tragedy in Indonesia.
Yeah.
And here we go. I heard on, I think it might have been Charles Watts, one of his videos yesterday, saying that Ødegaard has been almost like an extra coach this week because he knows Bodø Glimt really well. He knows a lot of their players, knows how they play, and so he's been helping out with the preparations for this game over the last few days. I'm almost certain that he'll be a manager when he's older as well, when he's finished playing. Martin Ødegaard.
That's the hope. Oh, dear. I mean, it's saying something. The kickoff happened. I know you're a bit ahead of me, but the kickoff happened, and the goalkeeper, Matt Turner, was literally near the centre circle. It's passed back to him.
Long hopeful ball, but it went out for a throw. Well, they're a very pressy team. That's my early thoughts. Straight away, Bodø Glimt. They're not going to give us a second by the looks of it. Come on, Eddie. Oh, nearly. I say they're a pressy team, so well done.
Yeah.
Marquinhos wins the ball back, right at their dangerous area.
Well done, Marquinhos.
Go on. Oh, the arrow nearly in. He was unmarked. Oh, it's a very, very promising start from us.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Hey, there's a bloody how much space do I want to give him? Just seeing it now.
Marquinhos is really, really lively at the moment. I bet their left backs having nightmares already. Said that they're a very pressy team, and obviously look like they are so far. But so are we. We're pressing like mad at the moment. Doing really well at it.
Bloody hell, Deodora, blimey, that's coming back. Seeing the kit back.
Is that I can't remember what they're called, but it's something about 80s. It's clothes thing on. It's a clothes store. Can't remember what it's called now. It's got 80s in the title, but it's got all the old school things like Sergio Tacchini, Deodora and Fila and LS and Lacoste and all that. It's great. Takes you back to my youth.
I mean, Tomiyasu, he's very central when going forward, though.
Yeah, he's been pushed right up though as well, hasn't he? He's been very, very forward. And playing in their half. That's definitely the idea. He's the manager that Brighton were interested in as well.
Yeah.
Come on. Eddie's looking really sharp and all at the moment. Come on, Eddie. Come on. Oh God, what an effort. Unlucky. That was beautiful, Eddie.
That's before the game. Like, Eddie's got a point to prove in terms of letting the fans know that if called upon, if say Jesus was suspended on something or injured,
close.
He can be relied on.
Oh my God, that was so close. Almost a beautiful goal.
Again, look how he's playing though. Since we've said it a few times during pre-season and into the season. Since they just come in, how Eddie is playing when he does come on is completely different to how we've seen Eddie before. And it's in a positive sense.
But footballers are allowed to get better, you know. It's like
I know that.
I saw some stupid idiot. I know you know that, but I'm just going to bring up a tweet I saw earlier. I saw someone's. I can't remember. It's basically saying that Balogun is streets levels above Nketiah, and we loaned out the wrong player. I was thinking, well, what are you basing that on now? I mean, ever since he's come back into the team over the last, few months, 8 to 10 months, whatever it was, he's been nothing short of brilliant. I mean, he's only made one start so far this season. He's got a goal and an assist. I mean, what more can he do? He's come on with a few minutes to go here and there in the Premier League, and you can't expect him to score every time he comes on as a sub. But whenever he starts, his goal record is fantastic. But the way he's playing now, he's added levels to his game. Definitely.
No, yeah.
I mean, that run and shot just then. I mean, the old Eddie wouldn't have done that.
No. Well, Fabio's down. This ain't good. Falls in the ball and handballs, but okay there.
Yeah, I hope that's not bad.
Russ is in the chat. Russ, hello. Sharing enough in the chat as well. How are you doing? If you're about, Russ, if you want to come on, let me know and I'll send you a link.
That looks sore. Literally, his ankle was stamped on. The front of his ankle where it meets his foot. It's just stamped on.
Oh my God.
Looks like he's going to be okay. But that must have been sore.
It's probably just an initial, as you say, the shock of the body as well, having that full force. So probably just gone a bit of a shock.
He may be small. It may be small, but I think he's quite tough.
I'm sorry, I don't care. It is weird seeing a player called Vieira playing for Arsenal again.
I know.
All the players we would sign, it was like they went out their way, marketing wise, get some of Vieira's name.
I know. Just need an Eboué now as well.
Go to Stoke, get White Phillips' Ian White's grandson, Kevin Campbell's son.
Yeah.
Make us all feel old at the same time, but still.
I know.
That is weird. That Kevin Campbell's son and his grandson are playing in the attack for the same team.
It's mad, I know. It's crazy, that is.
Nimeth says in the chat, Balogun and Eddie are totally different types of players. I would love them both to play together in the future.
Yeah, 100%.
Exactly.
I wasn't knocking Balogun in the slightest when I said that, but it's just, it just annoys me when some so-called fans have always got to have someone to have a go at. Why can't we just? It's been so refreshing, having whenever a player's made a mistake, go on. Oh, hit the crossbar. Click the top of the crossbar, Vieira. Oh, another great move. He looks really dangerous. The positions he picks up, Fabio Vieira, just brilliant. He was right on the penalty spot there. He clipped the top of the crossbar.
Yeah.
Yeah, what I was saying is, it's been so nice that we finally started to really get behind the players when they've made a mistake. Sing, the stadium gets even louder. The support that Saliba has had. I remember he scored that own goal
against Leicester, wasn't it? Yeah.
It's his second game, I think it was, wasn't it?
Yeah. First home game as well.
Why can't we be like that with all our players and just support them? It'd just be so nice. But no, some so-called fans, like I say, have always got to have some player they've got an agenda against.
As you say, they've got to have something to complain about. They can't complain about the results and all that on the pitch. They've got to find some fault somewhere. Otherwise, they don't get.
I bet you if Eddie had gone on loan to a team in France, I bet he'd be banging in goals as well.
Yeah,
playing every game. Anyway, rant over. But I just really hope the way he started the game is really good, really positive. And same with Marquinhos, Vieira. He looked really sharp.
Yeah, the Arsenal misfit saying Vieira's got some game, just needs to bulk up a bit. Yeah, again, that's going to come over time, isn't it? We've seen it with the youngsters like Miguel Aziz and all that. In the space of a couple of months, they go from skinny little fuckers to literally bulked up and ready to go. It just takes time.
It doesn't always necessarily mean that it doesn't really necessarily mean you have to sort of look a lot bigger and stronger.
No.
I think you look at players like Phil Foden. He looks really slight, doesn't he?
Yeah.
In fact, Man City have got a few players that are like that. obviously he's compared a lot to
Silva.
Bernardo Silva. You don't always have to be really sort of built. I think you just have to be very, very resilient, because I think I was listening to the Arscast once, and they were talking about Fabio Vieira, and they made the point. I bet he's always been one of the smallest teams in every single team that he's ever played. It was smallest players, in every team he's ever played with. Growing up, I bet he's had to get used to being knocked and banged round on the pitch all the time, and I bet he is quite a tough, resilient cookie, really. So we'll have to see how he gets on.
Oh dear. There you go. See, even that Eddie there, he's got the body strength there. I know you're ahead of me, but still. Again, we wouldn't have seen that last year.
No.
Oh dear. Oh dear. No, we're letting them have the ball a bit too much, if I'm honest.
Yeah, they're knocking it about, but they're not getting out their own half. If you notice, we're just content at the moment because they literally can't get out of their half. They're knocking the ball backwards and forwards, but getting absolutely nowhere with it. Yeah, and they just passed it straight out of play.
But after all that,
just being patient.
Blimey.
Oh, good ball, Tierney. Oh, offside.
Oh dear.
I bet you Martinelli was absolutely begging Mikel Arteta to play as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet he wants to play every single game at the moment because of getting in the World Cup squad.
Yeah. Oh, it's a foul, surely. How's that not a foul, Marquinhos?
I know, crazy.
Wow.
But we've got a throw in their end.
Oh dear.
A good ball. Oh, not a great cross though. Be the only misplaced pass that Granit Xhaka's made this year.
That's it, get him out of the team. Redemption arc over. No redemption.
Oh, Vieira again nicked the ball. So honestly, he really looks good. He does.
Yeah,
It's like a little terrier snapping at their heels all the time. He keeps winning the ball back.
BX is saying Jesus dictating out there. It's been out there. Is missed. Well, he's on the bench. Worst case scenario, he's on the bench, but I'd rather him take the rest for Sunday. Oh dear.
Showing all the Bodø fans bouncing up and down. That's what you like about the Europa League nights, isn't it?
That's what I was saying. In terms of the away fact, the turnout in general is
Brilliant.
yeah.
And they're all this whole sea of yellow just bouncing up and down. It looks great. How many did you say that were here then?
I didn't catch that. Sorry, I
make
wasn't paying attention. Oh.
That's all right.
BX saying the home crowds will be drowning them out. Yeah, but you say that, but again, this is for the fans itself, not just the team, but for the fans, it's like a once in a lifetime for them to be in the Arsenal stadium watching their team take on one of the best teams in Europe.
I haven't heard one single game so far this year where we haven't been out singing everyone home and away. Yeah. But obviously, I don't know. I haven't got the sound on tonight, so because of doing this, so I can't hear any singing or anything.
Gary saying Xhaka should be getting this squad going today. We've seen him do it for the Premier League first team.
Yeah, he will. Considering, like I said, this team haven't played together for a while now, have they? Because of this.
Over a month because of the
last.
Yeah.
The last one was called off, so it's bound to be a little bit disjointed for a while. But they're playing well. I'm not disappointed the way we're playing at the moment.
No.
Basically controlling the game. Oh, nice.
Go on. Go.
That was a nice ball, but Tierney's playing well and all. Some of the balls Tierney's made have been pretty decent as well tonight.
Oh dear.
Yeah, totally. I mean, they still literally cannot get out of their half. It's like two banks of four. Well, 5, 4. Yeah, 5, 4, 1, basically.
Yeah.
And they're all in their own half.
Yeah, it's like they're literally trying to soak it up, and try to draw us in, basically.
It's definitely coming soon, this goal from us. They can't.
You don't think so?
Go on. Oh, unlucky. Go on, well done. Oh, Eddie nearly nicked the ball then in the 6-yard box. Another good thing he's really good at is pressing. He's relentless, Eddie Nketiah and all, isn't he? Nearly nicked the ball in.
That wasn't a foul. Get up.
Opportunities there. Some sort of shot away. Positioning Martinelli. Bodies in the box, attacking it as it comes across. Took by Marquinhos, but then by Bodø good players. It looks sharp, doesn't it?
Big saying I've just saved a random lizard from my cat's life out there. Lucky. Lucky.
Go on. Well done. Come on. Oh, yes! What a shot by Tierney initially, but it cannoned off the post, and Eddie was there to mop it up. Fantastic, brilliant goal. Right in the right place at the right time, as he always is. Giving it to the haters. But what a shot by Tierney initially.
Yeah. But also with the run from initially from Martinelli to get the pass off to
Yeah.
shot.
Really good goal.
Okay, boom.
He's playing really well. Well, they all are at the moment. I'm loving the way Tierney's playing. He's really good.
Bodø's waiting for us to get frustrated with all their men behind the ball. We just have to stay focused.
Great position by Tierney. Amazing hit and a great finish by Eddie. Sharp as a knife. Eddie was there. He totally deserved it. I think I'm really enjoying the way we're playing. Like I said, considering the team that hasn't played together for ages, they've been bossing the game from start to finish so far.
They literally haven't played together
half once.
Yeah, they literally haven't since Zurich match day 1. Match day 2 was obviously postponed because of the obvious reasons and all that. 1-0 to the Arsenal. See, that livens them up.
Yeah. Go on, Nick. Oh. That stopped the bouncing.
Yeah.
the yellow corner. Go boing, 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 boing.
Eddie, Gary saying, very nice, Eddie, with a touch. Had no time to think. I like.
Yeah, it was really sharp. He was in the right place at the right time, and he was really sharp when the ball bounced to him, because that came off the post at a very, very fast rate. That did. So yeah, it's good.
Stefan saying memories of Kieran Tierney at Parkhead.
Yeah, he's looking like he's back to his best to me.
Well, it's good, again, he knows he's got someone in terms of Zinchenko on his back for his place. Keeps him on his toes.
He's looking fitter. He's just looking like the old Kieran Tierney, the fully fit Kieran Tierney. And the fact that he hasn't got to play every minute of every game anymore as well is a massive bonus to him.
Talking of Zinchenko, do you see the photo that was going around yesterday on social media of his other half? He's missing in the actual turnstiles. I know, obviously, no one recognised it from now on, but they didn't obviously recognise at the time.
I've got a really good memory of when in pre-season, I think it was a Chelsea game pre-season, and it was after the match, and Zinchenko walked past the camera on the side of the pitch, and I think he said, "I love this club." Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Right from pre-season. And it really seems like him and his missus, they're absolutely, completely immersed themselves in the Arsenal culture straight away, isn't it?
Straight away, yeah. I mean, what was it? There's that video going about after Saturday's game where, I like Vienna, where they're at outside the traffic lights outside the Tonington, and obviously he's obviously driving. He's waiting for the lights. All the fans have recognised him, like seen it. Oh, it's him! It's him! Yeah. So the ones that are not in the pub, they've gone over trying to get selfies and signatures and all that. And she's popped out the roof car. And she's with I'm assuming whatever she was recording with, giving it some, like really going for it. Celebrating with the fans that were in the pub as well. And then what was it? The next day was I was in Manchester Derby. I mentioned just
get in.
Come on,
Rob Holding, super big bad Bobby Rob Holding. What a goal! Lovely cross by Vieira.
Yeah, Vieira the assist.
Oh, really chuffed with Bobby Holding.
Bob Holding, you know, he's better than Cannavaro.
I tell you what, his hair is getting even thicker.
Yeah, I noticed.
Did an incredible job.
Yeah, whoever he's gone to Switzerland done a fucking fantastic job.
A lovely cross and a great header.
Mate, if he's got the money, why not do what he did? But yeah,
mate, yeah, I
love you know what? I love Bob Holding because he could be a starter for any other team in the league or whatever, but he's happy being at Arsenal and being part of the squad and being ready to be called upon.
Yeah, he loves the club. I'm always so happy for him. He does well. He's got a lovely smile, isn't he, as well?
Yeah.
So he's just like, he lights up the place when he's like smiles and he looks really happy with his teammates. I'm pleased for him.
Are they checking this? No. But say, we put camera pan to the referee there. What are you doing?
Oh, they're in our half.
Big's going great technique. Gary goes, I sent the back score. All they do is score.
Look, all three, like him, but Rob Holding's in the race now to be the top scoring centre back with the other two.
Stefan, not me. No, I ain't got a career. I'm not feeling great as it is, but no. My train of thought goes very quickly when I'm feeling like this.
I know, I'm completely congested as well. I've got a really bad.
That's what I've got. Literally
cold.
What was it? Not yesterday, day before. Woke up dry throat when I swallowed and all that. Nothing like that. Then woke up yesterday, still dry throat, but then bunged up. I'm like, I'm congested and everything.
I've had this congestion in my head since the day I went away for the weekend on my birthday.
Yeah.
And it's got onto my chest now as well. So it's horrible.
And then what was it? About
feel your pain.
7 o'clock last night, I say. The body just was on absolute fire. Literally, like, I was burning up. Like temperature, I got a temperature and everything. Obviously, took some stuff. I feel better now, but yeah, still bunged up though. Massive headache.
My head feels like
with the body going
like concrete.
Yeah.
Thick head.
You can literally feel congestion around the face. It's fucking killing me.
I know.
It is what it is, though.
I feel your pain. I need to go to buy some those decongestant tablets. Otherwise, I ain't going to go anywhere. I don't think.
This is a good point from Gary. Actually, it says actually the first home clean sheet is the most important thing today. Yeah, we haven't kept a clean sheet at home so far this season. So far, obviously it's going to come even tonight or sooner down the line. Talk of which, we've got Liverpool at the weekend. Do you watch? I didn't watch Liverpool, but I know you did. What did you make Liverpool on Tuesday? They won 2-0 against Rangers, was it?
I mean, I have to be honest, they looked really good. But, in fact, I was going to put it on Twitter, and I didn't in the end. I was going to say, are Liverpool looking like they're getting back to their best in time for the weekend, which is absolutely typical? Or is it just because Rangers are really poor? Because Rangers were offering nothing, to be honest. And I think it's a bit of both, that Rangers were actually poor and weren't offering too much competition, that was making Liverpool look like they were a lot better than they actually have been playing, lately.
Yeah.
To me, they look really sharp, and quite good. But at the end of the day, it's 2-0 win, and one of them was a worldie free kick by Trent.
Yeah.
It'd just be bloody typical if they just get their act together and start playing like they usually play against Arsenal at the weekend. But it was tough to say, really, whether they, looked a lot better.
I think we'll be fine. I think, again, we're at home again. This is the thing. This week's been perfect for us because we haven't had to do any travelling in terms of going away to anyone. Was home Saturday. We're home tonight.
Penalty. Is it?
To us? I'm assuming.
Is that a penalty?
Well, they got VAR, so...
Was it a free kick? I don't know if it was inside the box.
One sec.
Oh, no, it's just outside the area.
Just out on the line, yeah.
Yeah.
Literally on the line. If anyone's again...
Wembangomo, typically.
Yeah, I was going to say about Liverpool though. In terms of that game on Sunday, I think we'll be fine. We're at home. We haven't had to do any travelling at all this week. And out of the two teams over the course of the season so far, as a team itself, not including the fans here, we're on an absolute high. Where our confidence can't be any higher than what it is, and our home form has been. We haven't lost at home since March last year. March last season, sorry.
Yeah.
So we've improved that side of things as well. And if you then include the fans and the fact that our fans are, again, absolutely a positive vibe from literally day one, basically, this season, throughout the whole summer. And it's continued into the season. No matter who we've played, by the way, that place has been rocking.
Xhaka's going to score this, by the way.
Yeah, even BX saying this is Xhaka territory.
He is. I reckon Xhaka's going to stick this in.
But yeah, I think we'll be fine. No matter, even if brought us showing signs, I think I was talking to a Liverpool fan the other week, and
oh God, just tips over the bar.
there's a watch this free kick.
Oh, close. He leathered that one. It was a good save in the end, actually, because that was coming at him like a cannonball. I'm telling you.
Yeah. He should have got. I would have gone, sent the goalkeeper fucking diving for it, but yeah. It is what it is. No, yeah, I think we'll be fine. Even if they are showing them signs, I think we've just got that bit more about us. And I was talking to a Liverpool fan the other day down the road, and he's just random, by the way. And even he was saying when we played them last year at the Emirates in the league, how he felt Liverpool got off lightly because if we'd taken our chances that night, that could have been a different game. He now feels that we've got a team that will take them chances when it comes again this Sunday coming.
Yeah, I still fancy our chances.
Oh yeah,
It'd just
definitely.
be typical that after all the weeks of playing absolutely shite football, Liverpool
they're even shot against fucking.
Show signs of getting back to not their best, but anyway.
We'll say that
it was hard to tell.
If you take the Champions League out of the equation for a second, Tuesday's game out of the equation, their last league game they drew 3-3 at home, and they looked vulnerable they looked vulnerable in the defence for the entire match. Every time Brighton attacked.
Every single time Brighton went on the attack, they looked like they were going to score.
Yeah.
And like I said on the podcast the other day, Brighton are a good side, but with all due respect, from 1 to 11, we've got a better side than Brighton, and if the way we're playing is, you know, we're playing so well. I mean, oh God, Tierney again had another shot. So yeah, if Brighton could do that to Liverpool, then I'm damn sure we can. And we've got better players up front than Brighton, and we could cause them some serious problems. So I just hope to God that we can really force our game. Just forget the name on the badge of the opposition we're playing.
Yeah.
Get over this mental block of beating sides like Liverpool and Man City. Just play our game in their half and try and impose ourselves on them. Oh, go on. Yes, come on, Eddie. He's won the ball again. Go on. Oh, no. He tried to be unselfish and put Martinelli in. Oh.
So, United fans, this is how you control a game against the lower ranked team in your group. Don't go too
honestly, we're playing so good.
Yeah.
We look dangerous, like we're going to score every time we go forward.
I can't have a go, but I know, he was trying to do something nice there for Martinelli and get him on the score sheet.
Yeah.
Just misjudged his pass, basically, with the defender in front.
But once again, he won the ball back, you know, in their half.
It goes back to what I say, literally, one sec, about Eddie this season. The Eddie we're seeing now, overall this season, he isn't the same Eddie we saw last season or the season before. This is a completely new Eddie. He's like it's like giving him that new contract and then bringing someone like Jesus and Zinchenko, like these winners into the club, and one of them being in his role to push him, has made him want to improve himself. He's not just his goal scoring, but his general gameplay.
Everything about him was just blossomed.
Yeah.
A really good player. I mean, it's like the Winter Soldier. It's like they've got him, like Marvel have strapped him like to a table and pumped him full of all his stuff and turned him into the Winter Soldier.
Oh dear, we're going down the Marvel route, everyone. We're going down that route soon.
At least he hasn't turned into
abomination. Abomination.
He hasn't turned into abomination like all the Man United players.
Chris is asking, when do you play Man United again? We play Man United again at home, by the way. January, end of January, I believe it is. It'll be a very tough month, very hectic month as well. If we're still in League Cup, we'll be in semi-finals of that, if we go that far. FA Cup will be getting underway. You've then got Tottenham, Newcastle, and United in the league as well. So it could be a very hectic month, but I look forward to it and bring it on. Didn't they wallop you out loud? They didn't wallop us.
Everyone's going to be playing their under-18s after the World Cup as well.
No, that's the key thing. The World Cup. That's gonna even Man City, even for Man City, that's gonna have a major effect on them. This World Cup, not just everyone else. Teams like Man City are going to be affected by this, and that could, in one sense, benefit the league and how long it runs to, the title runs to. Oh, Chris, behave. 5-0. You were never that good in the day. It was just pure us switched off. We switched off for 2 moments in the last 2 minutes and allowed Rashford to go through and score the goals that he scored. It is what it is. Yeah, you won a game. You might have won the game. You might have won the game at Old Trafford. Fair enough, and the fans and all that. Fair enough. But remind me now, who's top of the league? Who's pushing Man City at the moment? Just saying. So let's not take it too far now. Let's say ridiculous things like 5-0.
Xhaka just did a stupid thing and blocked the ball with his arm.
Oh, he basically did a Thiago Silva and got booked for it, everyone.
Yeah, Thiago Silva. Yeah,
He literally did a
didn't need to do
Thiago.
that. It wasn't as if it was too close to our goal either. He should have just left that one.
And that's the annoying thing with Xhaka. I've said, for me anyway, is
Yeah.
them silly moments. He didn't need to do that. There was no need for him to do that.
There's plenty of teammates that could have mopped that up afterwards. He didn't need to do that. It was just in our own half. It wasn't as if it was close to our goal.
And that's my frustration with Xhaka. We've got it as a whole. That
could be walking a tightrope now, getting another booking.
Yeah, exactly. Gary's mentioning in the chat, he says, I heard a Man United fan saying 6-3 loss to Man City wasn't that bad.
I know. Because their new star, shiny signing, got a goal from 20 odd yards out. They think
it's 4-0 game over.
Yeah.
When half the fans had left at half time. Oh dear. Let's just imagine going to your nearest rivals, like next door neighbours wise, and just not showing up and just going, okay, come at us.
Go on.
And just obliterating you every opportunity.
Was that another save? I didn't know whether the goalkeeper got touch on that or not. Vieira nearly scored again. Oh no, he just stuck it wide. Honestly, the positions he picks up, though, he's going to be getting a lot of goals. This guy, you know.
I like him as well because he's not afraid to going by that as well. He's not afraid to have a shot outside the box side.
Honestly, the first sight he gets a goal, he has a go. He has a pop.
Yeah.
He's not shy at all, like you said.
No.
He'll always have a pop. Fancies himself to score. The performance deserves another goal, I think, before half time.
Yeah.
But
Oh dear.
Well, I don't think there'll be that much injury time, will they, at the end of this half?
No, probably a minute if that. Well, half our fans anyway in the lower tier have gone off to get their drinks and all that.
Yeah, 1 minute. Well, I've really enjoyed this half, to be honest. It could have been another couple of goals up. I think there's some really good performances.
Yeah, we controlled the game. We're telling that we controlled the game. If we took a few more chances, this game would be over. The way we've controlled it, I think they had like one shot and it was off target. So, apart from Granite's stupid moment a couple of minutes ago, you can't really complain tonight so far, Touchwood.
No. Rob Holding's played well, apart from his goal as well.
Yeah.
I think his distribution, it looks like his distribution is definitely improved. I'm not saying he's incredible, but he looks really quite assured bringing the ball out from defence, and he's always finding a teammate. And that's the good thing about him. He hasn't played. He's only played one game this season. That was a previous Europa League game, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was Europe. But he comes into the team and he just looks quite smooth straight away. He's really good like that. It doesn't take him 2 or 3 games to get up to speed.
Look, and there you go. It's half time. Oh dear. There's a good conversation going off in the chat actually, mentioning. I think BX mentioned it before. Not for nothing. Well, I'll put it up on the screen so. But Marquinhos needs to play with Jesus and the first 11. And then Gary goes on to ask, who's Marquinhos pushing to the bench though?
I honestly think he needs to get more Premier League minutes, or some Premier League minutes at the end of the game. I think the ideal thing is if he can start to give Saka 20 to 30 minutes rest in games. So the way we're playing, if we can get 2 or 3 goal lead in the Premier League, Saka should be one of the first names off and come off. And Marquinhos should go on. I'm not saying he should start over Saka. I definitely think Saka's getting right back to his best. I said this the other day on the podcast. I think he played brilliantly against Spurs. But I think genuinely he's ready for the Premier League, Marquinhos. I do agree with that. I think he should start getting some time at the end of the game. Definitely.
Also, reading the comments, Gary saying Fabio can do as well as Odegaard. So do we try that out too? Tomiyasu and Kieran Tierney. Today they look like the fullbacks Arteta wants. Do they get starts? Hashtag ain't broke, don't fix it. And Fabio Vieira has done everything but score, says the Arsenal misfit. Yeah. But he looks promising though.
Just going to turn my camera off for a sec, so I'm going to go and have a breath of fresh air, but I'm still be able to talk and hear.
Yeah, no, mate.
I'm still here. But yeah, Fabio Vieira's had a great first half. And like I said, he gets some incredible positions. He's just got that knack of being in the right place.
Yeah.
So I'm very, very impressed with him so far.
Yeah.
Marquinhos, very, very bright, like we've just been talking about. I think everyone's had a pretty decent game. Eddie, sharp as a attack as well. Eddie looks really on it. I think it's very impressive. And the same with Eddie. I think Eddie has been coming on in the Premier League, but we need with this keep going on about it over and over again. But this season more than ever, we've really got to protect our best players and give them as much rest as we can throughout the season. And if that means just 20 minutes at the end of the game, half an hour at the end of the game, then so be it. And it'd be great for Eddie to start getting a few more minutes in the Premier League and to start scoring there as well.
Yeah, BX is saying as well in terms of Marquinhos needs more than Marquinhos definitely needs more than 2 to 5 minutes a game. And in terms of Fabio Vieira, Collins popped in and said Fabio Vieira is absolute class. The ball for the second goal was filthy, but in a good way.
Yeah, it was. Perfect cross. That's his another assist he's already got to his bow as well, this season.
I go back to it though. When a few weeks ago, Edu said before Vieira came back and started playing for us this season, he said, wait till you see, because obviously they're getting praised for all the other signings that have played already and all that. And he said, out of all the players and all that, wait till you see Fabio Vieira. Then you'll know what the player is and why we got him and why we made our point of getting him when we did.
Yeah. He said the fans are going to love him or something like that as well, didn't he?
Yeah.
Like I said, I firmly believe that he doesn't have to be, change his body shape too much. I just think he's one of those players that is just really resilient. Just bounces back up again when he gets hurt, and it's very true what I said before about what I heard on the Arsenal a few weeks ago about me talking about him saying he's always going to have been the smallest player in his team. He's always, he's always had to look after himself in every team he's ever played in.
Yeah.
He's probably that type of guy. He just gets up, brushes himself off, and carries on. I'm hoping so anyway. It's obviously early days, but he got clattered in that first half. That must have really hurt, but didn't make a meal of it like a lot of people do. Got up, dusted himself off, and came back on the pitch.
No, exactly. Oh dear. But yeah, Cunning's in the chat. He said who scored the goal scorers are the score and the goal scorers on the screen. Eddie in the 23rd minute, Rob Holding in the 27th. Both really good finishes actually. And as I say, you've just come in. Literally, we've dominated the entire game. Literally.
Sorry.
No, go on. Sorry, go on.
I was going to say also, can't forget the performance of Kieran Tierney in that half. I thought he was outstanding as well. His passing, his positioning on the pitch. He's really picking up that Zinchenko role game by game. He's like the way he has to play much more of a midfield role, the same as Zinchenko does. And he's really improving at it. And he's had 2 shots already. Created the first goal for Eddie with his shot. Banging goal, banging shot, came off the post. Really smart finish by Eddie because that came at him very, very quickly. With very little time to react. But again, Reddy was in the right place at the right time, same as a lot of the other players, to stick it away. But yeah, Tierney's been very, very impressive. Really impressive. You can tell by the way he's playing, the way he's running, that he's injury free finally at the moment. Touch wood. He's just running really freely, and he seems to be really enjoying himself.
No, and again, from Tierney, from what you say, I've got to agree. This is the best performance we've seen from Tierney this season. I know it's been a bit sporadic because obviously he had the injury going into the pre-season. He came back, half hour in, got injured, and disappeared again. And then he has been, as I say, sporadic throughout the season so far in terms of his appearances. But yeah, as a whole, I would have to agree. This has been his best performance so far this season. He's just been solid. He looks comfortable because I'm trying to think what game it was now. I've been to was live. I'm trying to think now. I think it was Villa. Villa home. Yeah, it was when he started. Defensively, no problem. Obviously, it was just going forward. Every time he went forward, he was second guessing himself in terms of he didn't know how far to commit and if he was to commit, when to cross the ball. It's just like he's constantly on overthinking things. Where tonight we're seeing the Tierney we've seen beforehand in terms of when he goes forward, he's going forward with purpose. He's having he's putting crosses in, he's having shots off as well. He looks the all-round left back that we signed in the first place. But
he's also, don't forget, he's been learning this new role. Like he's been asked. And he's been getting better and better at it, and he seems to be really a lot more comfortable in this role where he's got to move in field a lot more, and dictate the play a bit more, the same as Zinchenko's asked to do. And the same with Ben White. Obviously, he's not playing tonight, but Ben White has been learning a new role throughout the season, and he's been getting better. I said it on the podcast the other day. He seems to be getting better and better as each game progresses as well. He's been good all season, but he seems to be getting even better as each game goes past. And he's got to be doing brilliantly to be keeping out Tomiyasu, because Tomiyasu is a fantastic right back.
Yeah.
And he's keeping him out of the team on merit. And the same is going to be said for Kieran Tierney soon, because the way he's playing, it's going to be a real sort of literally a 50-50 call between him and Zinchenko is who's going to start.
Yeah.
But it's only brilliant for the team, that we've got these problems now. I cannot believe that Tierney and Tomiyasu asked are on the bench, in the Premier League because they're such good. I mean, literally, they're one of the first names on the team sheet, both of them last season when they were fit.
Yeah.
And now we've got two new fullbacks that are keeping them both out of the team. But honestly, it's such a tough call between all four of them, isn't it? As to who's going to start. And if Tierney continues this form, then it's going to be real tough for Mikel Arteta to choose. One of them's going to have to sit down, and it's going to be tough on both of them. But that left back slot is so strong now. I mean, there's no better two left backs that any club that has got, is there? I mean, what other club has got a second choice left back as good as either of them? Tierney or Zinchenko, whichever one starts. The other one is just fantastic.
No, exactly. And again, there's something I've been calling for. I know you've been calling for is competition for places. We didn't want certain players just to be the first choice. I say first choice left back and the second choice. With all due respect to Nuno Tavares, of that ilk, where the first choice then thinks, well, that's my competition. When I'm okay, then it's now we've got players. It's not just competition. It's fantastic competition. It's keeping the players on whoever's a Premier League starter on their toes, knowing, and they will know they're fully fit, but they're back up. They're fully fit. They're good enough to take your place. So you need to be on it every day in training and on the pitch. And I like that.
Yeah.
I want that because if you don't have that, then you get complacency. When you get complacency, you get mistakes, but it costs us points and wins down the line.
Absolutely. Yeah, and I mean, Sambi, again, he's had a good game.
Yeah.
He hasn't put a foot wrong. He looks really smooth on the ball. He's got a bit to learn as he's heading back to our own goal sometimes. That's obviously going to come with time. He's only very, very young himself, but on the ball, he's fantastic. I'm really, really enjoying the game so far because if this is a Europa League team, then blimey, it's looking quality all the way through it at the moment.
Oh, well, yeah. When you consider certain players are injured at the moment that will be playing, like playing tonight, so the likes of Smith Rowe and El Neni that are out recovering from surgery or injured at the moment. That quality as well, and that we're missing out, and we still look strong. I know we're having to play because of the El Neni injury. We're having to play Granit or Partey alongside Sambi, but it is what it is. Hopefully down the line between now, hopefully because of this World Cup as well, between now and January, New Year's Day, we can get to there, no injuries, no suspensions, and get to there and get someone in to fill that void we're missing with El Neni. So come late half the next season, we can sort of move things about in terms of squad rotation and all that. So we're not just heavily reliant on the same players overplaying loads of games.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm really confident in Sambi's ability to really be, Partey's long-term successor.
Yeah.
I really am. I see a lot of good things in Sambi. I've always liked him. Like I say, he's still got stuff to learn. But I mean, I've said this before, but it took Thomas Partey, 2.5 years to properly learn what Mikel Arteta wants out of him. He's a really experienced player. He's gone the distance in the Champions League and everything. But he took a while to really get up to speed, to be the player that we all wished and hoped that he was going to be when we bought him. So Sambi's got time on his side. But yeah, we definitely need another one. The biggest weakness, really, in the squad is probably cover for Granit Xhaka more than anything. More than Partey. I think Sambi could do that role as well at the moment because he's even further away from the goal. Because I think that is Sambi's weakness at the moment, being in the right place to to defend. But if he was to play the role that Granit Xhaka's playing, I think he could do that really competently. But I do think we need someone to come in who could be a real specialist to cover Granit Xhaka. Ideally, I mean, in an ideal world, if you could go get the absolute perfect midfielder, I don't know who the hell it'll be, but it'll be someone that could cover Partey and Xhaka. But I don't know whether they have that kind of players available at the moment, but that would be the ideal.
Yeah, second half, it's just about to get underway, by the way. I think,
Kicked off.
Yeah.
20.
As I say, Andrew's a bit ahead of me, so.
Straight on the attack with Martinelli. Come on. Oh, come on. Oh my God, we almost scored. Granit Xhaka just had a... Oh, my word. Great bit of play by Martinelli again. Oh my God, look, this guy is electric. Look at him. Beautiful ball in, and Granit Xhaka, but he came on his wrong foot and hit it with his right. He did the right thing. He had to hit it with his right, but goalkeeper pulled off a decent save in the end. But if that had been on his left, that would have been 3-0. Martinelli, mate, honestly. Totally skinned 2 players down the left.
BX going to say, can we all just take a moment to acknowledge the Arsenal are back, baby?
Oh, yes, absolutely. Beautiful to watch. I mean, this is our second team, and this is. I mean, I'm not being funny, mate, but this team that we're playing against, they beat Roma home and away last year in the Europa League and Europa Conference. 6-1, I think it was, when they beat Roma at home.
Yeah.
I mean, we're making them look like a second division team or something. The way they were playing, this with our second string team, it's great to watch.
Gary's saying in the chat, Martinelli is preparing for Trent. Klopp will probably find a way to sit Trent.
They're going to have to double up on him, but I mean, Trent must be having nightmares at the moment, thinking about the weekend.
Trent can't. I don't care with all due respect, Trent can't defend.
Oh.
He's the English Hector Bellerin. Great going. In terms of going forward, you can't fault him. He's a threat with his pace and all that going forward. And yes, he scored the odd free kick as well, set pieces. But defensively, he just doesn't have it about him.
Oof. Martinelli just did a volleyed back heel back into the area from the byline. Well, Martinelli you can just see the fire inside his belly to prove that the Brazil manager needs him at the World Cup.
Yeah.
He's giving everything.
We'll put it this way: in terms of anyone want to put bets on for the World Cup, right? And I'm not just trying to be biased, but if that manager takes Richarlison over Martinelli or Jesus or both, then Brazil ain't winning the World Cup. Period.
It's just unbelievable.
And that's a sackable offence. Picking a fucking bottler over winners. Personally, I don't see Brazil winning the World Cup anyway. Another European team will win it again this time around. In the heat of Qatar.
Well, Saliba could come back as a world champion.
Yeah.
At Christmas time, and imagine that as a bargaining tool going into talking about his new contract. I mean, I'm not even joking when I say I don't care what figure it is. You just need to sign him up. I don't care if he's on like Aubameyang type wages. I really don't.
Well, look at the report. Since yesterday, came about Saka, about he's got a 5-year contract on 200k a week. But
I don't care. I'll give that. I
I
know it sets precedents.
That's something.
Yeah, I know it sets precedents across the group,
exactly.
but I mean, you've got him, Martinelli, and Saliba. They all need to be paid a good wage to keep them at the club, because that will show that how serious we are to keep hold of our best players. We're not going to. We're not the club that we used to be by selling our best players every summer anymore. No, when we had everyone going, everyone's going to Man City or whoever each summer. We were just crapping ourselves to make sure we can get through the summer without selling them, but we never did. But we don't want to be that club anymore, so we've got to start giving these players the right sort of money to keep them and show everyone that we're building properly for the future. We're not into selling our best players anymore. We're keeping all of our best young players and we're building around them. We've saved millions by all the players that we've got rid of each week. We've saved millions, so we should have enough money in the kitty to pay these players what they deserve.
Stefan's taking the piss in the chat. Says Gareth will stun the world with scintillating attacking football. Or maybe not.
Or maybe not.
Well, Glimt had their first shot on target after 50 minutes.
It's just, I said this the other day, didn't I?
We're 2-0 up, and the co-commentator having a dig at Arsenal. Or they're getting complacent now, things like that, because they're 2-0 up and controlling the game.
That's why I'm glad not to have the commentary on sometimes, to be honest.
Yeah, Tottenham draw 0-0 against Frankfurt and nothing said after losing 3-1 to us.
I know, Man United 1-0 down for ages against the Cypriot team.
Yeah.
They just scraped through 3-2. We're dominating this game 100%.
Oh, lucky Katie.
Three in front of him here has been able to bring this a long way. Mabuka, much brighter here from Bodø Glimt. So I think it was a shot actually from Mabuka, but it almost turned into a pass for SVU.
Oh, dear. Also, just want to say big, massive congratulations to Beth Mead as well. She won the female, basically England Women's Player of the Year, basically, yesterday.
Yeah, brilliant. Well deserved. Martinelli's been clattered again. This is always the worry about playing these players in these games. We've stamped on his foot. Got a yellow card. I'd be tempted now if I was Mikel Arteta to take him off and give Reece Nelson a run out.
Yeah,
that's the warning you need. Because he's been skinning that player left, right, and centre. Now he's got frustrated. The player's stamped on his foot.
Yeah,
pure frustration. What's next?
Be anxious to green if you're in the chat, by the way. Says he's saying bring on Nelson as well.
We can't risk him being out for Liverpool.
Growing in confidence here, Bodø Glimt. An effort on target from Southness, the captain. But the siege.
We're very open suddenly in our midfield. Down the centre of our midfield, suddenly very open, and they're just walking through. And with Granit being on a booking, you can tell he's sort of holding back now. He sort of doesn't want to going for the tackle in case he gets sent off.
Yeah, we just need to get control of the ball again. Start knocking it about. Get our rhythm back.
A couple of changes. Just having a look down at Saka and Ødegaard, who will be coming on imminently.
But it's Saka and Odegaard are getting prepared to come on for some reason. Don't get why.
He will certainly be notified.
No, that's a bit strange.
If it was 0-0 or 1-0, he wanted to kill the game, but with 2-0
And
up,
Jesus is coming on and all.
I don't get that. I really don't get that. We're controlling the game. We don't need to.
No, they're doing fine.
Yeah.
They're doing absolutely fine. They don't need to come on. That's really strange.
Last thing you want to see coming on.
And if Eddie's one of the ones coming off, that'll piss him off now.
Yeah.
So obviously he's scored. He's been heavily involved in the game as well. So
Oh, what a tackle by Tierney.
I hope it's
Sent the player flying.
Certainly been the better team so far in the second half. Ibuka chasing. Tierney comes across. Betlerson. Back here by Xhaka. Given away again. Burke.
Even Steve in the chat saying these players do not need to come on. What the WTF is he doing?
I know. No, they're having a spell at the moment.
Yeah,
I mean, at the end of the day, we've spoken. Well, I have spoken about the quality of this teams that they've had in the past. They're not going to not have. That was a good save there by Turner. That's going to do him the world of good. Did well there. That was a tough save. But they're not going to go through the entire game without having a bit of a spell because they're a half decent team. So we just need to get control of the game again. That's all. They're having their 5 or 10 minutes like most teams do in a match at this level. But we're still going to control the game.
Absolutely no chance to win this game. But this second half's got along. The more encouragement they've got, just a lack of energy to from Arsenal.
Yeah, the co-commentator really does not like Arsenal. She is snagging herself massively.
Watch this. Do you see that save by Turner?
Yeah.
Good one. Got down really quickly to that. Very sharp.
Getting his practicing for the World Cup when he plays in England.
Well, no, that do his confidence the world of good.
That's what I'm saying.
But Martinelli's going off, so that's good. I did want that. Jesus has replaced Martinelli.
Okay.
So I would imagine Eddie will go over to the left. Xhaka's coming off, which is good because he's on a booking. Saka's going on in place of him. And Marquinhos is being replaced by Ødegaard.
So basically, Saka will go out on the right. So
Ødegaard's replacing Xhaka.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Or maybe Vieira will move across to the left and let Ødegaard go on his right. On the right, as normal. So that makes sense, taking off Xhaka. I'm pleased with that. And I'm pleased that he's taken off Martinelli. And he's left Eddie on to play with Jesus, which is good.
He also said, quite telling, he said when Martin Ødegaard talks, everyone listens to him, says it's a key quality. I suppose one of the reasons he's wearing the armband.
Absolutely, good players.
Oh, what a ball. Oh, just a bit too hard. I thought it was completely got... Jesus is playing on the left, funnily enough. Eddie's staying down the middle at the moment.
That he can show that he can play with Jesus as well as coming off for him.
Probably they'll swap throughout the game, though.
Yeah, I say so, yeah. Just to keep the defence on their toes.
Oh, straight away, I mean, Jesus is all over them like a rash. Like, it's pressing, just leading the team by example again. Oh, come on. Oh, lucky Eddie.
You already see the level of intensity of the press rises with Saka and Jesus on the pitch.
Oh, we're all over him again now. Honestly, the intensity has gone up by 10
Yeah.
times as soon as we've made those
Changes, yeah.
changes.
But 59 minutes going to 60 minutes. Stefan. Foul ref. Okay, maybe not.
Holding that prime Baresi, bringing the ball out again from central defence.
Oh dear.
Another nice pass for Tierney, found Odegaard.
Struggled in that first half, but football like it now.
Honestly, I swear, I mean, I never spoke. I don't think he literally put a foot wrong today. Kieran Tierney, his passing's been superb.
It's just even though that the personnel may change, they all know each other's roles and know where they need to be. One of the guys just fit into where Xhaka was, Martinelli was, and those sort of patterns of play are very, very similar regardless. A lot of hours on the training ground, by the way, for the players.
Yeah. It's a great feature that we have recorded with Jesus.
Come on, Fabio.
Talking about how well he settled at Arsenal, he said that he just feels free to play.
Yeah, did you watch that interview of Jesus, and Ferdinand of BT?
No, I haven't.
Oh, it's not unusual. I'll send you a link afterwards. But basically, it's how he touches on at some point during the interview. Basically, touches on from the second he signed for Arsenal, how welcoming the fans were. Basically, he went down. Once he signed the papers and all that, he went down the road to a local restaurant or something like that. And people just, Arsenal fans in the area, just recognised him and they went over and said, "Welcome to the Arsenal." Just straight away, just made him feel more welcome and built that connection with the fans straight away. So that's made him feel more at home and helped actually him settle in a lot quicker than normal.
Yeah.
And how basically the relationship with fans already is slightly better than what he had at City. He said, "I love City fans, but Arsenal is completely
another
different."
level.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's not hard to believe, is it? Really? I mean, we're welcoming him like the real Jesus.
Yeah, they also come on with the manager's instructions as well.
Look at that. I mean, Jesus followed his man all the way and just intercepted the ball in our own area then. The guy's like unbelievable.
First touch inside. Espionk hoping for a chance. Pellegrino made the run beyond him, but again, they just can't get the pass in the final third. That's really let them down in the second half. Some of the approach play's been excellent.
Yeah, just haven't had the quality of the final pass. See Jesus getting himself back and defending.
In some ways, he'll be so pleased with this second half. But in other ways, we'll be very frustrated because they've had enough possession and enough possession in the Arsenal half to give this.
It's been great as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We saw glimpses of this last season of upholding. Look, he knows he's not going to be he's not the first choice pairing and not part of the first choice pairing for the Premier League, but he's just happy to be part of the squad. And when he is called upon, he's professional enough to get on with the job, and you get performances of that of him like this. So, hence why
He's been playing with real confidence. Yeah,
it shows.
It's like he just did a little dummy there to take the defender, the attacker. Sorry, a little dummy, send the attacker one way, come inside, and played a nice ball out again. He's just been, considering, like I said, it's only his second game of the season.
Yeah,
He's playing really comfortably.
Well, it just goes to prove that Arteta was right to keep hold of him, because obviously a couple of years ago, he was heavily linked to a move, and at the last minute, we pulled out the deal, basically, didn't we? Because Arteta changed his mind and said, "No, I want to keep him." And obviously,
honestly, I know I've said this before, but for like a fourth choice centre back, I really don't think we could do any better. For someone that's happy to be part of the squad, come in when needed, he really is a good member of the squad to have. I really do think that. I mean, seriously, how many times is Jesus going to be battered around? He's been on the pitch 5 minutes.
Oh no, but you know he's going to be a target no matter who we play and what competition. He's going to be a target because of the threat he's caused already this season.
Oh, God, little dummy there. Oh, unlucky. Eddie slipped in the technical area.
Russ is saying in the chat, Holding is a leader, and he's playing with a swagger tonight. Well, yeah,
He is playing with a swagger. That's right. It's a good word to use. He really is. He's really confident, and that's really unusual for someone that's just playing so little football. Just come into the team as if he's never been away.
Oh dear. Oh, my foot.
I mean, how shit must Roma have been that day, though? I mean, not joking.
Yeah, clearly,
Not
yeah.
kidding. Jesus, under Jose Mourinho as well. I mean, Mr. Defensive. I mean,
Getting done
6-1 by this lot. I mean, I'm not saying that, they're nothing special from what I've seen tonight.
No.
But some of the results they've got, the teams that they've played against must have really just not done their homework on them or something. I don't know how it happened.
Well, even that, as you say, they had about a 5-minute spell tonight. They had their chance, they had a couple of chances, but nothing clear cut.
No. I mean, their home ground, by the way, is they've got a plastic pitch.
That'd be fun.
So that's just going to be quite a test for us. But I can tell you now, we ain't going to lose 6-1.
That's next week, isn't it, as well, the away game?
Yeah. So it's going to be quite tough. I mean, it's going to be cold. It's going to be a really small. I think it's about 8,500. I think I heard their ground and on a plastic pitch. That's going to be a completely different kettle of fish than tonight. Be a lot tougher, but like I said, we ain't going to lose 6-1. That's for sure. Ben White's coming on now.
Oh, bloody hell. These subs make no sense tonight. Let's just be on everyone that's going to play on Sunday and knock them out. Makes so much sense.
I wonder whether that's going to be interesting, who he replaces, whether he's going to give Gabriel a rest or whether he's going to replace Tomiyasu.
Well, that's the point, actually, yeah.
Because Tomiyasu doesn't look like he's struggling. And he's had a good game. I think everyone's had a good game tonight, to be honest. They didn't put a foot wrong, really. But maybe he's going to rest Gabriel because he's played the whole game. I don't know. Yeah, I think it's Tommy Asu that's coming off. Oh
Oh,
no,
got
it's
that.
Kieran Tierney. Kieran Tierney is. That's weird. He's had a fantastic game. He's been my man of the match. Honestly, he really has. They must be really looking after Kieran Tierney at the moment because he's had a brilliant game. So it must be Tommy Asu moving across to left back, I'd imagine.
Yeah, it must be.
European debut for Ben White.
Oh no, I didn't know that. He forgot about that. Yeah, the European debut for Ben White.
Showed his versatility.
Wonder whether that was pre-planned all along to take Kieran Tierney off after 70 minutes.
Yeah, maybe not. Or doesn't want to overdo it just in case. Yeah, especially if Tierney's injury record.
Well, it's a good way of managing him.
I
think we need to do that a lot more with like I said before, with Saka, with Partey. I think they regularly need to come off after 60, 70 minutes in most games, wherever we can, wherever it's possible to do that.
Still can't find that finish. The flag is now up. The assistant on the near side, as they are directed to do, allowing the play to develop.
Defenders knew to Gabriel, you can see
way offside.
full sight that's going to be offside, but have to play the passage of play through.
Gary's saying the commentator on it where he's watching said it looked like Tommy Asu was coming off, but there was a change.
Yeah, it did. It did look like Tommy Asu's coming off.
Already. Oh, so we've got one sub left, I think.
Yeah, I haven't got enough. We've not used all the windows of doing stuff, so. Well, no, we've only done it in 2 lots, haven't we?
Yeah. So yeah, that's the same as well. No point. Well, we'll pull them to the ground in a game that we've already won. Yeah.
Well, you say that, but if we get 1 goal back, then it could be nervy, couldn't it? We've only got 2 goal lead still. They've played more this half like the team I thought they were going to be. They were nothing in the first half, were they?
No. And then the co-commentator BT just said, "Oh, well, if anything, the second half proved next week's game will not be an easy walk in the park for Arsenal."
It won't, no. I mean, not their place.
We'll win, but it won't be. Yeah, it won't be easy.
Yeah, no, I fully expect us to win, but it'll still be a lot tougher. It'll be much more like this second half's been than the first half was. Look at Odegaard going mad there. Odegaard's literally waving his arms and jumping up and down in the air to get everyone lifted.
Well, it was like they were saying before in the commentary, but when Odegaard came on, reason he's captain is because Arteta was saying, since he's been here, when he speaks in the dressing room or on the training pitch, the players listen.
Yeah, definitely.
To be how old, I can't remember, what, 21, 22 he was when he came to us. But to be a
Mm.
captain of your country as well, at such a young age. Sorry, that's a speak
Yeah.
volume as well. About how
And
easy.
Saka's limping now.
Oh, for God's sake! This is why I didn't want to bring him on. This is why you do not bring on your first team players when you're coaching through a game.
Interestingly, he's playing on the left now.
You've got Eddie on the right, him on the left, and Jesus down the middle by the looks of it. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I've always wanted. Like a real fluid front three. That really all interchange positions throughout the game. We've really properly got that now.
Well done, Turner. Well done. He's not had much to do, Turner, tonight, but when he's been called upon, he's switched
Yep.
on, so can't complain about that.
I was just thinking that when he did a really good throw then, didn't he? Right
Yeah.
out to the left wing.
Yeah.
Exactly going through my head, exactly what you just said. He's been pretty good, steady today. He made a really good save as well. I bet every single Bodø Glimt player wants to swap shirts with Ødegaard. I bet he's there. Every single one of them, he's their idol, I bet.
Russ is saying in the chat, Haaland is probably their idol.
But yeah, him and Ødegaard probably.
Yeah.
Haaland was born in Leeds. He's not a true Norwegian. Oh, what a ball. Come on. Oh, no. Snatched at that. Great ball by Ødegaard, and Eddie just snatched it and threw. It went over the crossbar. But what a ball that was.
Oh, he should have just chipped it over. Why?
He went for too much power. He didn't need to hit it that hard.
Yeah, too much power. That's the delicate chip over the goalie. That's 3-0.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah, after such a fantastic first half, second half's been a lot more disappointing, isn't it? I just hope we can win the half. I hope we get another goal.
Yeah, exactly. Stefan's saying in the chat as well, so Haaland could have qualified for England. Technically.
Yeah.
Born in England, technically
could. I don't think he's ever would have considered it because of his dad and so on, but he could have.
Then again, Stefan, it'd be a waste in England because we've got a fucking idiot as our manager, so I wouldn't know how to use him.
I know. We wouldn't have picked him.
Exactly.
He'd take his place and we'd give it to another right back.
Arsenal side this is only Southampton have on average a younger starting 11 in the Premier League this season. There's a lot of learning to do, isn't there, about playing in Europe? Match is required.
It's natural for a young squad to be inconsistent.
Stefan, you're laughing, but it's true.
At times, and this is valuable for the young players in the squad.
Unlike others, I don't hide my disdain for Southgate. He's an absolute fraud. He's got lucky so far. And he's been...
Nelson's coming on.
Who's that?
Well, Nelson's coming on now. Southgate's a joke, mate. Honestly, he's a laughing stock. Absolutely useless.
The changes that Arsenal made it initially just took a bit of the wind out of the sails of Bodø.
He gives some excuse as to the reason why he wouldn't pick Haaland in his squad.
Yeah.
So no, doesn't fit my style or something. Just pick Ollie Watkins over him or something like that.
God.
Saka with Ben White going on the outside of him. And here is White. One of those overlapping runs that was so effective against Spurs in the derby at the weekend.
Oh, Eddie's going off
Yeah.
for these last 9 minutes of the game, plus injury time. Gary in the chat says Southgate to Haaland. I think Norway is all level.
Yeah. We've got too many strikers to pick from, mate.
You're too clinical for me. Go away.
You're too big and gangly.
You scored too many hat-tricks in the game. Go away. Not for me. I want my strikers not to score.
Apart from penalties, and you ain't going to take those because we've got Kane. Great seeing Reece back in an Arsenal shirt.
Yeah.
They still believe it's a special talent that they want to get out of Nelson, somebody who's been with the club a long time, since the age of 9. In Elephant and Castle.
Something better than senior role, play in the first team and do well, giving every encouragement as Arsenal fans.
When he was on loan at Hoffenheim, he was managed by the current Bayern coach Julian Nagelsmann. He absolutely raved about it, said how good he was one-on-one in the Bundesliga. In fact, his nickname for him was Reece the Beast, I remember.
He's seen younger Arsenal players.
There you go.
Cast him into the
Reece the Beast, come on.
get himself back into those levels.
I think we can celebrate. Going to us in the chat. I think we can celebrate. Oh, come on, Arsenal. Come on.
Oh, my God. Get in there, my son. What a bit of skill by Gabriel Jesus. Vieira got another goal. Vieira. Whoa. Vieira. Whoa. He comes from Portugal. He plays for Arsenal.
Yeah.
He was in, but the thing is, he was there again. What I was saying, like in the first half, he's always in the right place. He's got a knack of being in the right place.
That was fantastic as well from Jesus and the build-up.
Unbelievable from Jesus.
We've been saying it all night. We've seen it all night from Fabio. He's awareness,
His feet,
and basically his
honestly.
movement in the box as well has been fantastic. He deserves that. If anyone deserves a goal tonight that hadn't scored already, it's him. He is
Yeah.
hands
Honestly,
down
he's
fantastic.
Jesus' quick feet is just unbelievable. The way he took it round that second player. Beautiful.
Look at the body shape as well. Just like, no, thank you, go away, bye.
But Vieira's right there, ready to slam it into the back of the net. It's fantastic. Such great to see.
Do you notice though? We're getting goals from midfield now.
Yeah.
After what's it, 3-4 years
Brilliant.
of barely getting any goals from midfield from the previous squad we had. So now having a midfield full of goal scorers. I like it.
No, it's quality.
Oh, Vieira, oh, whoa. He comes from Portugal. He plays Arsenal.
Just watch Gabriel Jesus and you just see a player who's loving playing football. As he said,
Oh, nice.
Rio Ferdinand, just free to play, free to enjoy.
Go on, Reece. Go on.
Go on.
Oh, unlucky. Nice break from midfield though. Corner.
Jesus, Nelson getting forward. Saka waiting in the box. Arsenal looking good here.
Oh, it was unlucky there. The deflection took that away from the goal there.
Yeah.
Nelson for that net to ripple. Charging one forward across. Defended in the end.
Impressive performance from Vieira. He does emphasise the competition. Now that Arsenal leads.
Oof.
Edu,
Oh, ooh.
just over the line.
Lucky.
In the act. Used to pin his defender down, but bounce over the keeper.
Changes here from Bodø Glimt. Salverson, the number 88. All of those coming on. The acceptance of the game is up for them tonight. Conradson coming on. They will be a different proposition.
Oh, the chat just goes off on its own little tangent. This not do.
They'll have learned a lot from tonight as well.
So I think they'll better second
Just-
half.
Yeah, talking about teabagging him and then Russ tops it off with what he has to say.
What's that about Andrew Run?
Because Russ said this.
Oh my god. Oh.
And that was his coach response. Oh. Oh god. Wales women on 1-0 up. Who are they playing out of interest?
Oh.
Go on, Reece, go on.
Nelson stood up a good cross.
Oh, Vieira. Oh. It's 3-0. She's talking about to keep the scoreline respectable. Is she mad?
Holdini's got a bit of cramp.
As you say, it's been a while for him, hasn't it, as well? About a month or so since his last game.
Yeah.
Hasn't played since that win in Switzerland against Europa match day 1. Another good day at the office for Mikel Arteta, Lucy.
Yeah, I think he was pleased with the progress of his team. I think he wasn't happy with the start of the second half. He made the changes. He didn't really want to bring those.
Oh dear.
Well, it looks at least we've won both halves, hopefully.
Touch wood.
Oh, come on, that wasn't a foul. How was that a foul? Three minutes of added time.
Okay. Oh, Russell got into dead joke mode. What do you call a dinosaur for? Jesus.
Some game against Liverpool at the weekend. Nelson, it's a drive on here, getting back well.
Oh, another good save by Turner there. Really got a goal back there.
They have a go here, it's put it a long way. Salverson, good ball. And Turner with the save. It's just about off the line. And Arsenal preserve their clean sheet. Just. All back in with the ball then. Knowing the sticking up the standards.
It just came up on my Alexa. Sure it did, Russ. Sure it did. Even Gary's not impressed with that one. Oh dear.
Had a good night, Turner. Still well what he has had to do.
This is a chance. The ball spun over. Someone holding you where it was.
Oh dear.
MLS goalkeeper of the year in 2021, Turner. It's the number one keeper. Jesus.
One more. Come on.
In added time. Erdegaard with Saka to his
Come
right.
on. Oh.
White. Ilakonga. Erdegaard. And
Nelson. Lucky Nelson. Nelson's been good since he's come on. Got to say that, even though it's been it's only been a few minutes effectively, but still been effective. And putting himself in dangerous positions as well.
We need a wide player. We wanted to buy a wide player in the summer. We didn't get one. A fit, firing, and informed Nelson could be that extra man, couldn't he?
Yeah. And there you go, 3-0, first home clean sheet of the season at home. And we're top of the table. We've got a game in hand over to our team, to Bodø and Zurich, respectively, because we've got to play PSV later on down the line this month. But yeah, can't really complain. A lot more comfortable than what we were expecting in one sense over the course of the 90 minutes. Yes, they've had moments in the second half. I think that's more Arsenal 2-0 up and the players took their foot off the gas and didn't go for the kill. But it is what it is. We didn't go get. The main thing is clean sheet, and like Andrew says, we've won both halves. And Vieira getting the goal at the end, as I said when the goal went in. If anyone deserved to score tonight, it was him, because literally he was a pest all over the place.
It's been a good performance. I think everyone had a good performance, really. Yeah, they came back into it in the second half. We made some substitutions and, got back on track. But overall, I think a lot of players played well tonight.
Mm.
None more so than Kieran Tierney. I think Kieran had a brilliant game. I think Rob Holding had a really good, solid game. Samby did, but then obviously up front, I think Vieira looked really, really sharp. Nketiah looked really good in the first half. Not so much the second, but yeah, there's nothing to complain about tonight, really.
No.
Good, solid win.
No, exactly.
And when you consider, a lot of the other British teams have struggled against lesser opposition, we brushed these aside pretty easily.
Yeah. As I say, even when we took our foot to gas and gave them opportunities in that second half, they weren't clear cut. I mean, they had that one chance in the end that you could say was a clear cut shot. But apart from that, they're very limited to what they're creating. And
I think it's like the Arsenal misfit Steve said, I'm not sure how to feel about the performance. But when you consider, the first half, I thought we were really, really good.
yeah,
Really on top. We could have at least, without being exaggerating, we could have at least been 4-0 up at half time, couldn't we? Really?
yeah,
I think anyone could see that. So, second half they came back into it a lot more. And we weren't so good, but we rode it out. We got another goal. So, like I say, we won the second half as well, 1-0, and come away with a 3-0 win. I think, considering this is a rookie team that we got together, I think that we played really well overall.
yeah, 100%. And like Stefan says, as a neutral, as a win's a win. Exactly. And I mean, we've seen early on this evening, Man United went away to
Ammonia Nicosia.
Yeah, and basically they only just got over the line in the end with that one, winning 3-2 in the end, but they only just got over. They were losing as well. Tottenham, after being battered by us as always, they drew this week against Frankfurt away from home 0-0. Liverpool, they won.
How did West Ham get on in the end? They were 0-0 at half time as well.
1-0 in the end.
Exactly. So, scraped a 1-0 win.
Yeah.
0-0 at half time they were. We've beaten a good side 3-0. So
yeah. And I think apart from Man City this week, who thumped their opposition this week, apart from that, all the other British teams basically have been absolutely abysmal, basically. And I say, yes, Liverpool won 2-0, but again, it's Rangers. Can we really read into that when it's Rangers? But look, it is what it is. We go forward now to Sunday. Again, momentum was key. We kept the momentum going, like people were saying in the chat, going into Sunday's game to make it 8 wins out of 9, hopefully, against Liverpool. We're at home again. We've had no travelling at all this week. So my thing was tonight that certain players. I didn't get why I had to bring on players that are going to be playing on Sunday when we were tuning up at the time. That I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't get, but look, it is what it is. One of them obviously came on and got an assist in the end, and Jesus for the third goal there.
What an assist as well!
It was, it's a fantastic assist. Again,
amazing assist.
Just showing what we've missed, not just last season, but in general for the last few years, and not just in terms of not just having a striker that can score goals, but gets the ball no matter where on the pitch in that final third, and is quite happy to run and take on defenders, and fully confident in their own ability to take on a defender and draw them out, to open up space for their teammate, which we saw there with Fabio. He drew in 2-3 defenders. The goalkeeper came out. By the time he's passed it across, it's pretty much an open goal basically for Fabio, because there's no goalie in the goal.
Brilliant. Yeah, absolutely brilliant.
And again, for me, not one play. Again, none of the players were missing tonight, subs or starters. But for me, in terms of a standout player a standout player. I know you've mentioned Tierney. For me, Fabio Vieira again.
He was brilliant. Yeah. I really enjoyed his performance. He was always in the right place. And that's a real knack, that is, that you can't, it's very hard to teach that, to be in the right place at the right time all the time. And for a midfielder, he loves a shot. As soon as he gets a glimpse of goal, he's happy to have a shot. He's confident in his own ability to score.
He's new to the club. He's new to the club. He's new to the club. He's new to the country. Everything's new to him, basically. He's come back from an injury pre-season as well. It's only like... how many games has he played this season? What, 4 games over in all comps?
3.5, I think.
3.5, yeah. 3.5, yeah.
Yeah, we played the first Europa League game.
Yeah, Europa League tonight, Brentford and United away.
Tonight, yeah. And he came on for his debut at United away, yeah.
Yeah. But again, I mentioned it when he did score.
He's got 2 goals in those 3 games.
Yeah. Absolute belters as well. An absolute belter against Brentford. But again, we've got goals from midfield, and like you say, we were saying during the stream as well. With Fabio, he's not afraid to have a shot anywhere on the pitch at goal. He's not afraid to do it. If there's an opportunity there, he sees it, he'll take it. But his movement off the ball, his general awareness and work, it was especially in the box as well. That final third moment, his movement off the ball. He's not just standing there waiting for the ball to come to him. He's making the movement, giving his teammate options basically. And as we saw, it worked out perfectly for that third goal.
Yeah, definitely. I'm going to have to shoot, I'm afraid, now, mate.
Yeah, I'm going to put things up on my end because I've got to get some sleep because I'm absolutely knackered after being bunged up all day. Yeah. But it is what it is. Thanks, obviously, Andrew, for coming along. I don't know if you're around on Sunday because I know it's a 4:30 kickoff. I don't know. I
can't, afraid. No, yeah, I won't be able to do the Sunday one, unfortunately, but I'll be with you there in spirit. Hopefully I can jump on the stream, and be in the chat box at some point.
Yeah.
But I can't do this Watchalong, I'm afraid.
Yeah, that's understandable. But hopefully, obviously, in terms of next week as well, for the podcast, obviously, you'll be doing your podcast next Tuesday as well.
Yeah.
And I'll put the Monday podcast on here as well. Let's just go from there, really. Apart from that, guys, enjoy the rest of your evening, morning, afternoon. Thank you so much for coming along and keeping us both company and having a bit of a laugh in the chat as well, whilst we've been, even that dull period in the second half especially. Roma lost again tonight against Real Betis. 2-1. Bloody hell.
Yeah.
But apart from that, though, you'll see me again on Saturday for the Match of the Day stream, even though Arsenal aren't playing till Sunday. We always do keep an eye on our rivals, or so-called rivals anyway. And see what happens there over the course of Saturday. And then back on Sunday for the proper main event of Sunday of the weekend. Arsenal at home to Liverpool. The best opportunity we've got to put them in their place once and for all and shut their little fucking fans out because I'm fucking sick of them for the last few years. They've been giving it all that big, and so no. This is our time to put them in their place now. We won't get a better opportunity. We're in form. Let's make it 8 league wins out of 9, and send a message out to not just Man City, but the entire country in terms of the media and the outlets and all that, and the pundits. We're here, and we ain't going anywhere. We're making a fist of this. But until then, guys, definitely. I'll see you on the other side as always. Up the Arsenal.
Come on, you Gunners.
Come on, you Gunners.